Once a bustling hub of the Roman Empire, Leptis Magna, also called Leptis Magna, stands as one of the best preserved ancient cities in the world. How did this magnificent city rise to prominence, and what secrets do its ruins hold today? In this video, we uncover the rich history of Leptis Magna, explore its architectural marvels, delve into archaeological discoveries that brought this ancient city to life, and explore the reasons that led to its ultimate demise. Welcome to our detailed exploration of one of the best preserved ancient Roman cities. It was the largest city of the ancient region of Tripolitania, located 62 miles, 100 kilometers, southeast of Tripoli on the Mediterranean coast of the modern-day country of Libya. Lying 2 miles, 3 kilometers east of what is now the city of Al-Qums, Leptis Magna contains some of the world's finest remains of Roman architecture. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1982. Leptis Magna was originally founded as early as the 7th century BC by Phoenicians and was later settled by Carthaginians towards the end of the 6th century BC. According to ancient classical authors, the Phoenicians were a people who occupied the coast of the Levant, Eastern Mediterranean, from 2500 BCE to 814 BCE approximately. Their major cities were Tyre, Sidon, Byblos and Arwad. We don't know what these people actually called themselves. The name Phoenician, used to describe these people in the first millennium BC, is a Greek invention from the word Phoenix. The territory of the Phoenicians expanded and contracted throughout history, with the core of their culture stretching from Arwad in modern Syria to Mount Carmel. The Carthaginians, also known as the Punic people, a worthy thing to note is that the term Punic is the Latin equivalent of the Greek-derived term Phoenician. Ancient Carthage was founded and settled by the Phoenicians and became an empire in its own right in the 7th century BC. Carthage controlled the largest territory in the region, including the coast of northwest Africa, southern and eastern Iberia, and the islands of Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica, Malta, and the Balearic Archipelago. Tripoli remained autonomous under the authority of local Libyco-Phoenicians, who paid nominal tribute. Leptis Magna's natural harbour at the mouth of the Wadi Lebda facilitated its growth as a major trade centre. It also became a market for agricultural production in the fertile coastland region. In 202 BC, near to the conclusion of the Second Punic War, it was controlled by the Numidian kingdom. Its strategic location on the Mediterranean coast made it an important centre for trade and commerce. The city benefited from the fertile lands of the nearby Wadi Lebda and its proximity to major sea routes, making it a crucial point for exchanging goods such as olive oil, wine and grain with other Mediterranean cultures. In 146 BCE, following the Third Punic War, Leptis Magna came under Roman control. The city's integration into the Roman Empire marked a significant turning point in its history. It became part of the Roman province of Africa Proconsularis, and its status as a free city allowed it to retain some degree of autonomy while benefiting from the stability and infrastructure of the Roman Empire. Leptis Magna flourished under Roman rule, especially during the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus, who was born in the city in 145 CE. Severus's ascension to the throne brought significant imperial attention and investment to his hometown. He initiated numerous building projects that transformed Leptis Magna into a showcase of Roman urban planning and architecture. The rise of Leptis Magna as a prominent Roman city is a testament to the impact of Roman imperial policies on local cities. The patronage of Septimius Severus, combined with the city's strategic location and economic potential, transformed Leptis Magna into a thriving urban centre that played a crucial role in the region's history. The architecture of Leptis Magna is a testament to Roman engineering and urban planning. The basilica, which is inspired by the Basilica Ulpia in Rome, belongs to the Severan Forum, which in the southwest was closed by a temple to the Septimius family, and in the northeast by the Severan Basilica. The basilica was about 95 metres long and 35 wide, and was divided into 3 naves, separated from each other by rows of columns made of Egyptian purple granite. At the two ends were apses, which had slightly raised platforms that may have been used by magistrates. The decoration of two columns in the basilica is particularly fine. One of them contains representations of Hercules, the other one of Dionysus. The column of Dionysus, or as the Lepsitanians often called him, Liber Pater, Father Freedom, is decorated with all kinds of vines and garlands, but we can also discern, among many other Dionysiac themes, centaurs and the god Pan. The column of Hercules showed several scenes from his life. These include the 12 labours, but also other scenes. It is interesting to notice that famous ancient sculptures like Lysippus's statue of a very muscular demigod known as the Farnese Hercules have been included too. This basilica was one of the largest in the Roman world, showcasing the city's importance and the ambition of its builders. The Arch of Septimius Severus, built to honour the emperor, is a stunning example of Roman triumphal architecture. It is adorned with detailed reliefs depicting his military victories over the Parthians and the establishment of Roman rule. While the exact date is not agreed upon, it is generally accepted that the Arch of Septimius Severus at Leptis Magna was erected on the occasion of Severus's African tour in the year 203 CE. Built as a tetrapylon, the four-way arch marks the intersection of the two most significant urban roads, the Cardo, north-south direction, and the Decumanus Maximus, the main east-west thoroughfare of this once prominent port city of the Roman Empire in Africa. The central arch is made of a limestone core and a marble facing featuring elaborately decorated panels. There are 4 primary frieze panels depicting the imperial family in scenes of the triumph, procession, sacrifice, and Concordia Augustorum. Other areas are decorated with ornate, deeply drilled floral and other ornaments. The amphitheatre, capable of seating 16,000 spectators, hosted gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and public spectacles. This structure is a prime example of Roman entertainment architecture, reflecting the social and cultural life of the city. The amphitheatre's design, with its tiered seating and underground chambers for animals and gladiators, highlights the Romans' engineering prowess and their love for grand public entertainments. Inside these structures, the attention to detail is remarkable. The mosaic floors, frescoed walls, and finely crafted sculptures provide a glimpse into the artistry and craftsmanship of the time. For instance, the mosaics in the House of the Gladiators depict scenes of combat and daily life, offering insights into the lives of the city's residents and their interests. The Hadrianic Baths are among the most famous monuments of Leptis Magna. They were built at the command of Emperor Hadrian in the early 2nd century, 126–127 CE, and were changed at the command of Emperor Commodus, 180–193 CE. The complex represents some of the most lavish structures in Leptis Magna. Although they are not the largest of Roman baths, the Hadrianic Baths are a grand complex of buildings with reasonably varied and interesting internal volumes. Outermost was an open-air swimming bath with dressing rooms, apoditerium. The entire complex is symmetrical, and it is possible that men and women could have bathed at the same time, separated from each other. Only the hot bath may have been closed for one group, surrounded on 3 sides by porticos and flanked by a pair of colonnaded halls. The columns surrounding the pool were made of granite imported from Egypt. The artificial port of Leptis Magna was situated to the southeast of the old city centre. It is between a northern mole that runs more or less east-west and an eastern pier that protects the harbour against storm wind from that direction. Between them, the Wadi Lebda empties itself into the Mediterranean Sea. The area between the two piers is a little under 350 by 350 metres, or 1,148.3 by 1,148.3 feet. The port was built in several stages. During the reign of Emperor Nero, several buildings were erected in the northwestern part, where the northern pier was built to connect a small island to the city itself. This protected the port against the prevailing northern winds. Because wadis are irregular and can become dangerously violent streams in the winter, the Wadi Lebda was blocked by a dam and the wadi got another outlet. After antiquity, the dam collapsed, and the area between the two piers was silted up. At the end of the eastern pier, a tower was erected that was probably used to give signals to approaching ships. Opposite this tower, on the easternmost part of the northern pier, a lighthouse was erected. Inside, the remains of the staircase are still visible. The lighthouse is shown on the Arch of Septimius Severus. As it clearly had 3 levels with high arches, it has been estimated that the building itself was about 35 metres high, or 114.8 feet. Additionally, the Nymphaeum, a monumental public fountain, and the Chalcidicum, a large public hall, were integral parts of the city's infrastructure. These structures added to the aesthetic appeal of Leptis Magna, showcasing the integration of functionality and beauty in Roman architecture. The city's overall layout, with its well-planned streets, public squares and markets, illustrates the sophisticated urban planning that characterized Roman cities. The colonnaded streets, flanked by shops and public buildings, facilitated both commerce and social interaction. One of the most fascinating aspects of Leptis Magna is its market area, known as the Macellum. This market was the economic heart of the city, where merchants from across the Roman Empire came to trade goods. The Macellum was a bustling hub of activity, showcasing the city's prosperity and its role as a major trading centre. The layout of the Macellum, with its central courtyard surrounded by a series of shops and stalls, reflects the importance of commerce in Leptis Magna. This area was not only a place for buying and selling goods, but also a social hub where people gathered to exchange news and information. Archaeological excavations have uncovered a variety of artifacts in the Macellum, including coins, pottery, tools, and imported luxury items. These finds provide a glimpse into the daily lives of the city's inhabitants and the extensive trade networks that connected Leptis Magna to other parts of the Roman Empire. The diversity of goods found here indicates that Leptis Magna was a cosmopolitan city with a vibrant economy. The coins found in the Macellum, for example, include Roman denarii, North African bronze coins, and even currency from distant parts of the empire, such as Asia Minor and Gaul. This variety of coins highlights the extensive trade connections and the flow of goods and wealth through the city. Pottery fragments discovered in the market area reveal that Leptis Magna imported fine wares from Italy, Greece, and other regions. These ceramics were not only used for daily activities, but also served as status symbols, indicating the wealth and cultural connections of the city's elite. Tools and everyday items found in the market area shed light on the local crafts and industries. Artifacts such as weights and measures, storage jars, and cooking utensils illustrate the daily routines of the market vendors and the variety of goods they offer. The Macellum of Leptis Magna is unique because of its size and the diversity of goods that were traded here. The layout of the market, with its well-organized stalls and shops, reflects the sophisticated urban planning typical of Roman cities. The artifacts found here give us a detailed picture of the trade networks and economic activities that sustained Leptis Magna, highlighting its role as a major commercial hub in the Roman world. The market area also served as a social and cultural centre, where people from different backgrounds and regions interacted. This cosmopolitan atmosphere is reflected in the range of goods and the diversity of the artifacts discovered, showcasing the cultural melting pot that was Leptis Magna. The rediscovery of Leptis Magna in the modern era began in the early 19th century. The site, largely forgotten in the sands of Libya, was first brought to the attention of the Western world by European explorers and archaeologists. In 1816, British Consul General to Tripoli, Captain Robert Smith, along with Lieutenant Frederick Warrington, documented the ruins during their travels. Their accounts and drawings sparked interest in the ancient city and set the stage for future excavations. Significant archaeological work at Leptis Magna began in the early 20th century, particularly under the Italian colonial administration. Italian archaeologists conducted extensive excavations, uncovering many of the city's major monuments, including the Severan Basilica, the Arch of Septimius Severus, and the Amphitheatre. These efforts were part of a broader campaign to showcase the grandeur of the Roman Empire and its influence in North Africa. In recent years, archaeological research at Leptis Magna has continued to reveal new insights into the city's history and daily life. One of the most notable discoveries includes the uncovering of a vast network of underground cisterns and storage facilities, highlighting the advanced engineering techniques used by the Romans to manage water resources in this arid region. These cisterns were crucial for sustaining the city's population and supporting its agricultural activities. Excavations in the residential areas of Leptis Magna have also unearthed beautifully preserved mosaics and frescoes, offering a glimpse into the artistic and cultural life of its inhabitants. These artworks depict various scenes from mythological tales to daily activities, reflecting the diverse influences and rich heritage of the city. One pivotal moment in Leptis Magna's history was the grand renovation initiated by Emperor Septimius Severus. Born in Leptis Magna in 145 CE, Severus ascended to the throne of the Roman Empire and sought to transform his hometown into a symbol of his power and legacy. His ambitious building projects not only enhanced the city's infrastructure, but also reinforced its status as a major centre of Roman culture and power. The renovation included the construction of the Severan Basilica that we mentioned before, which served as the centre for legal and administrative activities. The detailed reliefs depicted scenes of legal proceedings, public gatherings, and mythological events, underscoring the building's importance in the civic life of Leptis Magna. Emperor Severus also expanded the city's port, improving its facilities to accommodate increased trade and commerce. The massive lighthouse and docking facilities facilitated the flow of goods and people, enhancing Leptis Magna's role as a major trading hub in the Mediterranean. This expansion was crucial for the city's economic growth and integration into the Roman Empire's extensive trade networks. The grand renovation under Septimius Severus marked a turning point for Leptis Magna, elevating it to one of the most magnificent cities in the Roman Empire. The architectural and cultural advancements made during this period left a lasting legacy that continues to be admired by historians and visitors alike. The city's transformation under Severus not only reflected his personal ambitions, but also the broader dynamics of Roman imperialism and urban development. Today, the ruins of these grand structures stand as a testament to the city's glorious past. The Severan Basilica, the Arch of Septimius Severus, and the Amphitheatre are among the best preserved examples of Roman architecture, offering valuable insights into the urban planning, engineering, and cultural life of the ancient world. The decline of Leptis Magna began in the later years of the Roman Empire, marked by a series of events and figures that contributed to its eventual downfall. One of the pivotal moments was the crisis of the 3rd century, which was a turbulent period characterized by military, economic, and political challenges that brought the Roman Empire to the brink of collapse. The so-called crisis of the 3rd century was a period of chaos, anarchy, and economic instability in the Roman Empire. In less than 100 years, no less than 24 emperors exchanged on the throne, a stark contrast when compared with 26 emperors who ruled from the time of Augustus to Septimius Severus, a period of over 250 years. It was an era of soldier emperors, backed by their legions and the recurring civil wars that brought the empire to the brink. In one moment, the Roman Empire split into 3 separate parts. Only the efforts of Emperor Aurelian saved the empire. The crisis of the 3rd century also saw increased pressure on the imperial borders, with enemy forces advancing into Roman territory. No wonder many emperors lost their lives on the battlefield or were assassinated at the hands of their own men. The Roman Empire, however, managed to survive. The turmoil ended with the accession of Emperor Diocletian, who instituted a new political system, the Tetrarchy, or the Rule of 4, stabilizing the empire and bolstering its power and strength. At the onset of the crisis of the 3rd century, the Roman Empire enjoyed a period of stability. The throne was occupied by the members of the powerful Severian dynasty, founded by Emperor Septimius Severus. Ironically, Severus was the one who strengthened the importance of the army, which would play a major role in the century of turmoil. The soldiers were powerful supporters, but their increased political role led to the death of soldier Emperor Caracalla and his erratic successor Elagabalus. During this time, Leptis Magna, like many other cities, suffered from reduced imperial support and increasing external threats. In 365 CE, a devastating earthquake struck the Mediterranean region, causing significant damage to Leptis Magna. The earthquake, combined with subsequent tsunamis, destroyed many of the city's key structures, including parts of its harbour and public buildings. This natural disaster weakened the city's infrastructure and contributed to its decline as a major trading hub. The city's fortunes further dwindled in the 5th century CE with the Vandal invasion of North Africa. In 455 CE, Leptis Magna was sacked by the Vandals, a Germanic tribe that had crossed into North Africa. The Vandals plundered the city, stripping it of its wealth and resources, and causing a significant decline in its population. The Vandal occupation disrupted trade routes and led to further economic stagnation. After the Vandals, the city briefly came under Byzantine control during the reign of Emperor Justinian in the 6th century CE. The Byzantines attempted to restore Leptis Magna, repairing some of its buildings and fortifications. However, these efforts were short-lived as the city continued to face external pressures and internal decay. The final blow to Leptis Magna came with the Arab conquest of North Africa in the 7th century CE. The Arab forces, expanding their territory from the Arabian Peninsula, encountered little resistance in the already weakened region. By the early 8th century, Leptis Magna was largely abandoned, its once grand structures left to be reclaimed by the sands of the Libyan desert. The story of Leptis Magna's decline is a reflection of the broader challenges faced by the Roman Empire and its successors. Natural disasters, invasions, and economic disruptions all played a role in the city's downfall. Today, the ruins of Leptis Magna stand as a testament to its former glory and the dramatic changes that swept through the ancient world. The legacy of Leptis Magna, however, continues to captivate historians and archaeologists. Recent excavations and studies have provided new insights into the city's history, its architectural innovations, and the lives of its inhabitants. These efforts ensure that the story of Leptis Magna remains an important chapter in the history of the ancient Mediterranean. Leptis Magna is a remarkable testament to the grandeur and sophistication of the Roman Empire. From its origins as a Phoenician trading post to its transformation under Roman rule, the city's ruins tell a story of cultural and architectural achievement. The recent archaeological discoveries have further enriched our understanding of this ancient city, revealing new dimensions of its historical and cultural significance. As a living museum, Leptis Magna continues to educate and inspire, connecting visitors with the rich tapestry of the past. If you found this exploration of Leptis Magna informative, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses of historical landmarks. Don't miss our upcoming videos on other fascinating sites.